There are revelations tonight about what was going on behind the scenes in City Hall before Grand Rapids City Commissioners dismantled the Financial Watchdog's department, when officials cut the City Comptroller staff from 16 people down to 3.
Now there's a question about whether a couple of Michigan State Police investigations sparked by the Comptroller played a role in motivating the move.
Target 8 investigator Henry Erb tonight drags hidden details to the surface.
And so what this change will do is create clear reporting structure for city staff.
But it was a drastic change, raising questions about checks and balances and whether it's even legal. The City Commission just before Christmas took a big bite out of the elected city financial watchdog staff. It reduced the City Comptroller's department from 16 people to 3. It took away the Comptroller's biggest job, paying the city's bills and accounting for the taxpayers' money. Max France is that elected comptroller.
Those accounting and payment functions are really the core duties of the city comptroller's office, which are no longer being done in the office.
City officials portray the move as a routine bureaucratic tune-up, a simple updating.
When our charter was adopted, we were in a very different place as a city, as we all know, it's over 100 years ago, and many things have changed, including technology.
But behind the scenes, in the corridors of City Hall, out of public view, there was a lot going on. There were clashes between the comptroller and top city officials in the months just before the City Commission dropped the hammer. There were 2 state police investigations into the actions of top city officials. Both had been started by City Comptroller Max France. Investigation number 1.
And that was something that was brought to my attention by another city official directly, actually.
It was a complaint that City Manager Mark Washington had spent $500 of the taxpayers' money to get 2 VIP tickets to a local fashion show. According to this state police detective's report that Target 8 got through the Freedom of Information Act, an employee then under the comptroller red-flagged the expense. There was buzz about it around City Hall. Some people questioned if this expense was legal. When Comptroller France heard about it, he took it to the state police.
While our office performs a function of, looking at, city accounting and finances, we do not perform investigations. And so when something like that comes across my plate, I would refer that to the appropriate law enforcement agency to look at.
In the end, the Kent County prosecutor concluded that nobody broke the law. The second state police investigation also started with the city comptroller after a union official complained to him about a possible open meeting law violation. It involved a discussion between members of the Civil Service Board and a city executive last November. Again, the prosecutor concluded that there was no crime. At the same time, the comptroller was raising questions about monthly personal car allowances for people in the executive office. It's easy to imagine how a state police detective stalking the corridors of City Hall might give some people heartburn, how they might take offense. So it is a logical question given the timing. Did it lead to the dismantling of the city comptroller's office?
That can be irritating to people in power when they feel like there is this other department over here that's weighing in on how they're doing things. And I absolutely empathize with that, but I feel that that check and balance is necessary.
The city manager and attorney wouldn't talk to us on camera, but a city spokesperson suggests discord with the comptroller had nothing to do with shrinking the comptroller's office. He said the city laid out all the reasons in that December commission meeting. Then the city attorney said those payment and accounting employees were wrongly assigned to the comptroller's office. The city charter doesn't allow it.
It does not provide for any of the elected officials to have city staff.
But the city charter also says this: the comptroller shall issue and sign all checks, shall keep an accurate and detailed account of all funds, shall examine and audit all accounts.
There seems to be some misunderstanding that because they're housed in that department, they're the staff of the city comptroller. They were always the staff, city staff, hired, fired, and paid by the city, and so therefore under the purview of the city manager.
Comptroller France thinks that instead of following the charter, it actually violates the charter.
It's not possible to perform the same duties in accordance with the charter as we historically have, now with only a team of 3.
And the city is taking the position that nothing's really changed, that the comptroller still has access to the books, can continue to audit, In fact, a city spokesperson says the comptroller is still signing the checks because his signature is still being printed on them by computer, even though he's no longer in the loop. But the comptroller thinks there's a practical reason for having the accounting people report to him. He thinks it makes it easier for them to challenge mistakes and suspicious expenses.
A safe space to where employees feel they can raise their hand when they see an issue.
And it looks like they did. We found a long list in that state police report requested by the detective outlining expenses the comptroller staff red flagged over the years. A city spokesperson says the comptroller still has a tip line to report fraud, waste, and abuse, and employees can always complain about ethics violations to the city attorney or to human resources. Comptroller France thinks otherwise.
I think that now these individuals that used to be in the comptroller's office are under a completely different management structure. And I think they would fear retaliation.
I'm Target 8 investigator Henry Erb.